everyone, it's Katie here from the Scrappy Sisters, and it is day 23 of Scraptember, and today's prompt is diagonal. So use that as you will. Today's prompt is diagonal. So I am using, surprise, surprise, if you've been watching our channel this month, I'm using the Cozy Days collection from Simple Stories. I know you're sick of seeing it. I apologise. I'm hopeful by day 23 I've finished this collection, and this might be my last layout with it, but I don't know for sure. At the time of filming this video, I still have quite a bit left, but I'm not scrapping the days in order, so I don't know. But the prompt, diagonal. So I am choosing to do a diagonal design element with my ephemera. So I know a lot of people might choose to do like diagonal designs with using the pattern paper, and I've totally done that before. It looks awesome, like half the 12 by 12 cut diagonal with either two contrasting pattern papers or pattern paper and a plain cardstock, which looks awesome. So I can't wait to see other people's takes on this, but I am going diagonal with my ephemera. So I pulled out all of the florals from this collection, and there wasn't a heap of them, but there's enough, and this cute little bike, which has absolutely nothing to do with my layout. It's just cute. And I also pulled out one of the chipboard frames. Now this one has florals in it, and it's also got the grey tones, which I really like. Obviously pink and grey go really nicely together. I am using an acorn motif on the pattern paper background, but I think it works. The pattern paper, like obviously is pink predominantly, which kind of goes with the vibe I'm creating, and I don't think the acorns take away from it, even though they're the only like fall related thing on the page, but I don't mind. It's okay. It's kind of, the pattern I feel like is small enough that it sort of fades into the background, if that makes sense. You can tell it's an acorn, obviously, but if you're just kind of glancing at the page, you don't notice straight away that you're like, oh, that's weird, there's acorns in the background. At least that's what I'm telling myself, okay? So I am working on my clusters. So I've kind of, it's a diagonal design, obviously, as per the prompt. So technically I have 3 clusters, but they all kind of merge into one massive cluster, really, because, you know, I'm trying to make the layout span the whole diagonal length of the page. So I've stuck my frame down on an angle. I stuck the floral up in the top corner down first, as well as a stick of floral down in the bottom left corner, just because I need to put my frame on top of those. And then I've popped the bike up on foam, and now I'm going to figure out where my photos are going to go. And again, they're sticking with the diagonal. These are 2 very cute photos of Addison, taken quite recently actually. I'm scrapping mostly 2003 photos, but I did print out all of my 2004 photos so far, so I've mixed a few of those in. I'm not caught up. Usually I'm a really like chronological scrapper, but that's sort of gone out the window since having Addison. I just am struggling to stay that organized. So I bulk print my photos when I have a minute, and they all just kind of, I date them as soon as, or before I kind of take them out of their packets and put them kind of elsewhere in my craft room. I date them on the back, and then they all just kind of go into a pile to be scrapped. So I used to be really quite meticulous about chronological scrapping and scrapping in order and getting things into my albums, but that's sort of not happening so much anymore. So these ones are actually from July 2024. So only a couple of months ago. So she's super cute. She's super cheeky now. And this was just at a playground near us, and she was having a great time. Lincoln's there too somewhere, but I just took a photo of her. There was no one else at this playground, so we were having a grand old time just running around and laughing, and she was just very excited to be at a playground, really. I know that sounds odd, but both her and Lincoln are in full-time care at the moment while I'm working. Danny and I are working, so we only have the weekends to do fun things, and it's been crappy weather here, so we actually haven't gone out much to playgrounds, which has been a bit of a shame. So she was just very excited to be at a playground. So I kind of rabbited on through my ephemera sticking, but you can see what I'm doing. I'm creating a diagonal design with my ephemera. I'm sticking everything on the diagonal, and I'm just creating 3 embellishment clusters. So I did create a cluster in the middle of the photo, which I actually wasn't going to at the start, but the way I laid my photos out, you could see a little bit of the writing that was on the frame, the chipboard frame that's underneath, so I just wanted to cover that. Now, can't forget to tell you, you probably know this spiel off by heart by now, but there's a playlist in the description box down below. So definitely go and check that out if you want to see who else is playing along with Scraptember. The playlist will be linked in the description box down below. And I've also linked our Scraptember Facebook group. And again, broken record, I've said this every video that I've put up this month so far, but that group is very quiet throughout the year and we only are super active in the month of September. So if that's your jam, feel free to come and join us. That will be linked down below as well. So I'm filming these quite a ways in advance, and yeah, I'm hopeful that we've got lots of people playing along. I'm not really sure how it's going to go. It's just our sort of first time being pretty hands off. We set our playlist and then just kind of let people go. We gave them the prompts in advance if they created YouTube videos or Instagram in advance, and then we kind of let people do their own thing. So I don't know, it could just be Jess and I, or there might be hundreds of people playing along. Who knows? We're going to find out together though. Well, you'll already know it's the 23rd of September when you're watching this, so you'll probably know that there's lots of people playing along, fingers crossed. Now I'm trying to pick my title. Now, this was tricky. I didn't really leave enough space on the diagonal layout for a really large title, so I pulled out these stickers. They're pink paisley, they're wood grain, puffy sticker with a pink foam underneath. Very cute. Suit this layout well, but I don't have a heap of letters left, so I had to do some doctoring. So I used a Q for the O. I cut down a K, I think, for the letter I, and then for the letter L, I'm just using a 7. I did think about using a T because I do have 2 sets of these stickers, but I really, I want to stretch them as far as I can because they're actually really good stickers, I think. I like them. They're tiny. They're a good colour. They work with lots of things. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to make the 7 work for an L, and my title is Our Girl, which again, pretty pretty simple title, nothing fancy there. It was it's like 10 o'clock at night when I made this layout, so my brain was a bit, we're a bit tired by this point. Hence the light reflecting on my photos because I've got all my lights on, and the shadows are going, so I do apologise, but it was the only time I could film. So we are all done. I did think about doing some splatters and then I decided not to. So I'm just clearing off my space, putting things away, and I'm going to show you a close-up. So make sure you check the description box down below for the playlist link. Go and watch everybody else's videos and we will see you tomorrow. Thanks guys. Bye.